Alright, well, I can't wait forever, so I'm gonna get started with this just so it's not me dragging ass for the first hour like last time. So we're gonna move right into this KC video, and I believe it's number 266, in case you want to search it out and find this video yourself. Alright, number 596, 92 actually, huh?
Ready. Go.
So Kingyo running Psyche. With that far seam, you got punished. So Tokido's still in that jump CD, safe jump setup to beat a backdash. There we go, safe jump. And then I guess Tokido's doing the light rekas just in case he messes up a hit confirm, so he's a little safer. And that's how he's able to tack on that EX OTG. But round one, Tokido stomping. Ooh. Now Kula has trouble against the EX Iori. If she ever does a race spin, she gets punished on block or any of the follow-ups. All EX Iori has to do is DP, so she's going to be really careful approaching and hit confirm everything just like this. Combo forever. No hard knockdown, going for the DP. Ooh, you need drive cancels for the record knockdown. Alright. Ooh, nice neutral jump B. Ooh, bad neutral jump B. Oh. So Tokido tried to read the guard roll there, and Kula didn't cancel the forward A. And Iori can just force you to block low for so long. Especially now he can do 2 crouch Bs into close B, so like 3 lows on hit on top of his usual jump C high game. Can be very scary. Especially if you want to try to press a button or something in there too. Ooh, he almost did a run under anti-air. Or run under trip guard. Oh baby. Man, so Tokido takes it completely. Unless I'm mistaken, this isn't Kingyo. But either way, this is Tokido, so let's run it back. And Gom player hopefully won't act up this time as much. We got Murph in here. Yo, what's up? Alright, so Tokido starting the fireball, pretty good option, and interesting neutral jump Sobat to stay safe from beta DP from Kingyo. And then another one, except he messes up, and then we get a messed up jump in. So both of them kind of block right here. Oops. And there's Gom messing up already. Both block, can feel out the situation, but Tokido acts first and catches the counter hit, goes into Rekas. So safe jump, jump CD. Uses that huge frame advantage, and he gets a taco off that. So let me explain exactly the setup he did here. Man, Com player is really dropping the ball today already. There we go. So we're getting it rewound. So he does his jump CD as a hefty meaty. There we go. Jump CD causes a knockdown, so while it doesn't hit overhead, you can time it to hit crouchers, so there's no way around it. Huge frame advantage on block, and then he can follow it up with a low or another hop. So here you see him. Ooh, shit. Alright, Gom player fucking up. There we go, he lands. And then Kingyo trying to block low, expecting a crouch B, you know, a scary hit confirm in Rekas, and because he's crouching, Tokido is able to hop over him and hit him with the cross up. So that was a very wise setup from Tokido there. And then hit confirms that and does the forward A, which drops the second hit of it. So he does not get the Rekas, so he recovers pretty quick, gets the hit reset and re-meaties, and Kingyo wasn't blocking. Another Rekka, and then because he used the jab Rekka, he was able to attack on that OTG for extra damage. And now I think he probably could have finished that off without wasting meter by using the Rekka cancel into like a DP or something, but maybe he doesn't know about it yet. So yeah, Kuwa having trouble. Looks like this Kuwa player knows not to race spin at EX Iori, certainly though. So breathing out to neutral the fire, very careful. So there's one race spin and that one gets blown up. But all Tokido was able to do is a crouch B with the EX Iori, and that doesn't convert into anything without being in range to chain to something else. So then Kuwa is able to hop, poke him out, try to jump in and get the spacing or get her corner game going, but Tokido jumps out, tries to do a taco, the old 2K2 special, jump out of the corner and try to do his cross up. But unfortunately, Kuwa isn't in range to punish with the crouch boost. They're both messed up their jump-ins and their attempts, so both go to blocking and before acting. So Kuwa will get that jump CD forward, and right before, oh no, it comes out and trades. So trades in Kuwa's favor. She's not knocked down, able to push Iori back. Still being really cautious with her, trying to get in and then starter pressure. So there we go. Nice breath and max spacing. Jump CD whiffing, so now Tokido with the advantage pretty much, stealing the frames because Kingyo wasn't ready to act, so he's able to sneak on that hop, and while it doesn't hit or anything, he has the advantage now since he's pressing the offense. And he goes just for the close C4A, hit confirm just in case it did hit. He hit confirm the 2 hits, or the jump in into close C4A, and it ends with the projectile for safety. There we go. A lot of neutral hop or forward hop B with Kuwa trying to keep Iori out. There's another one. That's what he was fishing for all this time, and then re-hop in for that. Hit from the crowd 2B into the EX race spin, and then just do the combo, the drive cancel, the light version, follow up, and going for the DP instead of the reflector, which gives a hard knockdown, but the DP gives more damage. And there's the meaty. Got greedy. Now Tokido using 2 meter and a driver for this combo just to eke out extra damage, but it is the only way he can really extend the combo from a DP. So CD counter on wake up, not a really good option there from Kingyo. Oops, Gon player blowing up. So not a good option because that was almost it could have been a safe jump timing if he would have got his setup perfectly. And if that was a safe jump, then the guard cancel would be too slow to actually punish. Or C, he probably could have blocked here possibly, but he wasn't holding back. Either way, it works in this situation, but if it was blocked, then Iori could easily just wreck it back. Missing those jump-ins, a lot of more jump B. Breath to keep him out, and there we go. Tokido gets that whiff jump B he was looking for. Crouch B, crouch A. Hoo ha ho! Hard knockdown, convert, really good anti-air. And then caught on the re-hop with close C. Now, here's that guard roll that happened earlier. So if Kuwa does that block string close C forward A into the 1-inch punch and leaves it uncancelled, she's very negative, and probably to the point where Iori can punish it with his Rekkas. So usually Kuwa player will not want to do it and leave it uncancelled. And so knowing this, Tokido guard rolled it, expecting Kuwa to cancel into her breath special. And either Kingyo read it and didn't cancel to the breath, or possibly Tokido guard canceled too early, which caused the input to be dropped, meaning that he got baited and wasted meter and doesn't get a punish. And he does a Rekka, and he actually does the second Rekka, so he's very punishable now. And he goes to the 3rd hit, and please tell me that, okay, it gets blocked. So this is a huge punish, and Kingyo dropped it there. That could have been a dead Iori. And then because he messes up, he just gets by another Rekka. Sloppy stuff. And if anybody can actually read Moon Runes, please tell me if this isn't Kingyo, because I remember seeing that name in a similar video, and I think it just might mean generic player or something, so hopefully we get someone else on soon. But either way, we got Tokido being really solid, so it's not all bad. Anchor Leona coming in at that 3 meter. She might have been able to do her heavy V-slash over the projectile from full screen, especially since Iori's projectiles have a lot of recovery compared to other characters. But no, just playing cautiously, keeping to the air. Ooh. punished from doing a random stand A. You can't. Everything has a risk. Run forward, crouch B, stand B, hit confirm. Good stuff. I'll just speed it up. Far C made a measure, and that last hit always does 100. Takes off like 10%, and then the follow up to kill. So let's see if we get a new player or a new team on this next match. No. Alright. Well, let's see if there's any improvement this round. Okay, Murph wanted to know what the Ralph block string is. Honestly, I don't know. I'll tell you the specifics I do know in just a sec after this match. So, Psyche putting up the Fireball War. Ooh. Tokido really poked him with that Rekka. Now, you can do that, and you can always frame trap into the second Rekka, but a lot of characters can punish, and I'm sure Psyche can punish the first Rekka hit on block by doing his light DP. And that could beat the follow-ups too, so not something he always wants to be throwing around. See, there was a guard roll anticipating a fireball from Iori, but nothing. A lot of Rekkas from Tokido on block. Safe ones. Cool anti-air combo. Ooh, that super is pretty risky to throw out sometimes, actually. A lot of characters can run forward and jump on him before it comes out. Oh, okay. Weird drive cancel combo. Tried to do the corner Rekka juggle, but unfortunately did not get it. And then Psyche hitting him with that so bad. Now, that extension could have, what Tokido did there with the Rekkas and EX Rekka could have ended the match, but I'm not sure what he wanted to go for. Probably should have just super canceled. So now we get to see Kingyo. Looks like there we go. Tokido was trying to play safe and possibly chip him out, and then he's able to tag him with Kyo's jump D because he was standing to throw a projectile. Now if he had been crouching, that could have been a punish. Granted, Psyche's punishes aren't too hard, especially that corner, even with HD. So yeah, he didn't have much to fear. Cool, on the other hand, can hurt you anywhere, so there's more of that hop B trying to keep him out of the air. Spinning the meter for the corner carry. Ooh, there we go. There's that that stand CD messing up in the corner. And the throw wasn't a true punish, but either way, Kingyo is in a guessing game after that. His up kick is blocked. So something he doesn't want to not hit confirm into. Ooh, Tokido got a BC activation there. No way he wanted that. So not only is he pretty much going to lose Kingyo in a few seconds if he gets hit or chipped by one move, he's also going to have wasted his whole HD bar, so that's a huge loss if something like that happens. There we go. Hop B hitting him out of a jab or something, or startup of a poke. So Tokido really on the ropes now with no little X Factor comeback other than Mr. Karate. There you go. Kula trying to keep Karate back towards that corner. Now that follow-up is risky because I know Karate should be able to DP through that every time. Nice sweep into the fireball. Really good anti-hop. Ooh, a really small punish from Tokido. That could have been something much heavier, but we get the reaction anti-air. And this won't kill Kula. She'll have about like 5% left, or 1. So she's on Magic Pixel. See if she can bring it around. Now Takuma doesn't have a way to chip out from full screen, but he does have jump CD. So Tokido bringing it back to the final round, but his Karate has no meter, so Leona could potentially land one hit and then pretty much take off 80% life from an HD if she doesn't burn all of her meter on flash kicks. There we go, tossing that E-ring out and following it up. That's the way you do it. You use it like a sonic boom. It's not very good for Fireball Wars, but if you can do it, it lets you control a lot of space. There we go, throw it. Oh, there we go, and follow up. Good stuff. Alright, now he's feeling himself. So, so good shit. this match. Alright. And now real quick, Murph wants to know about the block string and the ticker. I don't know everything. All I've heard is rumors from Gibby and the professor, who I don't know if he's in the chat right now. Maybe he doesn't know. Either way, so what I've heard is that Ralph has a weird gimmick, or not gimmick, a glitch or technique. I wouldn't call it a glitch, because apparently the SNK devs know about it and they left it in there intentionally. So it's a little trick he has, kind of like how Iori can cancel his Rekkas on hit to recover to neutral. But he has something along that line, and that's all I know about it. So it's something that he can do, and I don't know if it recovers him to neutral, gives him better frame advantage or what. But using this something, this technique or whatever, he's able to create some crazy block string that's completely safe against guard cancel blowback attacks. You know, your alpha counter. Apparently, if you try to alpha counter it, then your alpha counter whiffs, and your character turns around and attacks backwards, I've heard. So you can't guard cancel it to get out. If you try to guard cancel roll, you can get out, but he never commits to anything laggy enough that you can't guard cancel and punish anything. So he's completely, guard cancel roll punishable or unpunishable, and you can't CD counter your way out of it. And assume he already does huge guard damage with his normal block strings. If we can assume that his block strings can be buffed up a little more, we can pretty much say that probably like 90% guard crush block strings that you can't really escape, other than maybe DPing or wasting meter to guard roll and hope he doesn't react and re-meter you. So that could be some scary stuff. And as it said, all the Japanese players who did play him pretty much changed their opinion on Ralph after having him play once and seeing the block string and the stuff he can do, just because there's no good way out. So they think he's, with that in mind and using the technology, I don't want to use that term, using that term or technique, they think he's top tier potential, certainly. But we don't know what it is, because Kaoru is trying to keep it secret and save that stuff for nationals. So we might have to wait till Evo to see it, unfortunately. Unless one of the SNK dev blogs releases a video of it, which would be pretty cool. So I've got my ear open to that, but for now I got nothing. I tried figuring stuff out with them, and yeah, I haven't figured it out. If you want to play around with Ralph and try to figure out any crazy stuff like canceling the mash punch or trying to whiff super when he doesn't have it, go ahead. I've tried it and I haven't found anything. So who knows? I don't have any indication of what it would be, so I got nothing. So have fun if you want to try. I tried for like half an hour and I got tired of it and quit. But moving back on to this round, okay. If this wants to move. Oh, baby. Alright. So Psyche hopping right in there with the early jump CD. So what he did here is try to anticipate Iori hopping forward at the beginning of the round. So every time my GOM player presses up, it jumps like 5 seconds ahead. Alright. So he starts out with a forward jump CD to try to catch Iori running or something. But unfortunately, Iori runs right under it, and his timing's off. Now Tokido could have ran forward and pressed C, a favorite of mine, to try to anti-air the forward hop starting action, but he doesn't, so he just runs straight past him before pressing C. He reacts too late because he wasn't looking out for it particularly, maybe looking for a back hop. So now they're both at neutral and trying to re-get their spacing. They both move full screen to avoid getting rushed down or anything, and meet each other with projectile. Now Psyche will win this projectile war, but Iori can hold his own and move in easily. There we go, run forward, C into Rekka. Now that I don't agree with, because now right here Psyche could do his light DP, DPB, and punish this on block, and the only way Iori could get out of that is going to do his second Rekka. And if you go into the second Rekka, that's even more negative and easier to punish. So that's definitely not something you want to do. So Tokido would have been better off doing run forward, close C forward A, just to hit confirm from that series rather than commit to the negative Rekka. But there's going to be no punish here. So trying to re-get the spacing. There we go. So another really early jump C that completely whiffed, and there we go, close C anti-air. Good stuff from Tokido reacting and just hitting him out of there. So just Psyche's and Ash's jump CD works very similarly to Iori's. So you can have it hit crouchers if you do it really deep, but if you do it early to air, it's never going to hit any crouching opponent, or if you do it really early in that case, it's not going to hit standing opponents. So something you want to really be aware of, otherwise you'll be blown up and anti-aired. There we go, Psyche poking out that far D, and there's that Rekka, which is a really good poke, but unlike Kyo's Rekka, much less safe on block, but it can anti-air really well, and you can actually do the crank out the follow-ups and have those combo from an anti-air Rekka. But he doesn't in this case. Really good footsies there. Let's see. Built-in frame trap. I don't think that was a true... Well, you can't call that reaction, but you don't need to when you have a setup that tight. If I can get my video fixed. Damn. Yo, we in there, GOM player. Alright, we're just going to pick up from here. If I see that again, we'll get there. Here we go. We're approaching it. So he does a crouch B, delayed crouch A. So there we go. Crouch B, he's pushed back. And now Psyche tries to do a crouch C here because his crouch C has a lot of horizontal range, just like, what? A Ryu crouch fierce in Street Fighter 4. You know how it has a much bigger hitbox than it looks like. Same case for Psyche, because he can do, you know, crouch B, crouch C, and it will hit from that range. So he tries to interrupt the block string with his crouch C to get a heavy counter hit damage, but Tokido is spaced out just perfectly, so it whiffs, and then his crouch A whiff punishes, and here he does go straight into Rekka, which does benefit him here, because then he gets the hard knockdown from it. And there's the safe jump. You do not want to try to DP after Iori Rekka's you. This thing is pretty much always going to be a safe jump attempt. You don't, like, you do pretty much never want to try to contest with it unless you're really feeling that the timing's off, or you got like a one frame reversal like Ash. Alright, so now good blocking, but then that delayed Rekka not working. So good stuff. Now interesting, Tokido Kingyo Psyche wasn't able to follow up from that counter hit, maybe didn't react in time or didn't have a good follow up with Psyche really, maybe run for DP. But that was a counter hit jump CD. Nice projectile anti-air, he throws another. Jump T, crouch B. And now Iori rolling out of the corner to escape that pressure. And now I think he might have been able to DP there maybe. But Psyche's projectile does a lot of recovery. And now I'm going a little bit too fast and getting ahead of myself. There's that guard roll I mentioned. So right here, oh man. GOM player has the best encoding. It's not even working now. Oh, there we go. So Fireball messed up meaty. Good thing he blocked. Smart. Now he rolls himself into the corner, or out of the corner, and Psyche hopped into the corner. He jumps back, works the spacing. Here we go. So we see crouch B, crouch B, close B forward A. Pretty standard block string into forward A, you know. And now Psyche guard rolling forward, expecting the fireball. Oops. Alright, sorry about that. And I do have to work. Well, I have the whiteboard feature on. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to use it in a sec. Anyway, he does forward A, and he's expecting the guard or the fireball or the Rekka from the block string, as he's been doing before. So he guard rolls forward. Please roll forward. There we go. And either from Tokido either didn't cancel into anything, or he did it too early. Which, if you do it too early, you can eat their input and cancel out their special. So you gotta watch that. So Tokido does nothing. He re-meaties a close C forward A, and this time he does cancel into the special because he's not expecting. Well, he didn't have the meter to guard roll again. Now he goes into that second wreck again, risky stuff, because Psyche should be able to punish this certainly, but nothing. He tries a far C and it doesn't work. Ooh, there's that jump CD getting blown up by lows again. Jump back D, trading with something. There's more of that Rekka. It's a really risky habit Tokido's developing. I don't remember him doing that much against Harigoro. And he jumps back into the fireball, which juggles him, so he gets hit. Psyche tries to throw at that to chip. Not really the best super for it can be alright in checkmate situations, but it doesn't give Psyche that great of a setup unless you can cross up off of it, so he doesn't really capitalize much there. So now they're just hopping and trying to feel each other out with air to airs, and then here's that drive cancel combo. So he hit him with the 2 Rekkas and he wanted to kill. So let's see. I believe he could have went straight into super there and closed out the match. And Gone player sucks. Wow. There we go. Rekka. So maybe made a masher into the follow-up could have killed, or doing a Rekka cancel combo. But anyway, he does EX hoo-ha, and then for this to work, he would have to do hit with the second Rekka hit here, because that's the only one we'll juggle, and then cancel that into something. But it would have been difficult for it to kill. So he messes up his combo. Oh. Manages to keep the situation under control, and then catches Psyche with a normal throw. He tries to walk forward and throw again, right there, into forward A, option select, and Psyche wasn't throwable, and he blocked. And then Psyche catching Iori, pressing a button right there with his far D. Certainly his best poke, one of the best Sobats in the game, hands down. Very abusable, it frame traps into itself very well. It's now Kingyo here. So throwing the fireballs, not too much going on here. Trying to play as conservative as possible, attacking on hits just like that, and to close it out. And there you go, catching him on the fireball startup. So closing out, taking no risks. And now even if he had made a mistake and taken about 10%, he would have healed it off as long as he won the round. So there we go. Both coming in with about equal meter. Now Kua catching with an anti-erase spin, but the follow-up drops. Really good crouch V punish there. Not too much mid-screen from that combo though, but that was as optimal as she could get. Now, doing close C and stopping there is pretty smart. Looking for that guard roll this time, seeing if he can bait it, and Kingyo doesn't roll, so it goes back to neutral. Jump C, crouch Bs, ice block string. Now, smart. That was a really smart read there, hopping out of it that time, and then punishing with J2C since it has so much hit stun. There's that safe jump. Now he could have punished that with a far normal or something because it's quite negative. Instead he doesn't, and then he commits to an unsafe block string. And both Kingyo's up kicks very unsafe in the corner, so he gets thrown. Now I don't know if I hear it can be guaranteed, but even on the heavy version, well, especially on the heavy version, the light one is only like -1. But either way, all the up kicks are negative on block, so you're either going to want to, as a Kingyo player, crouch block so you don't get hit by a low, or try to tech by standing and holding back punch. If you try to tech and they go for the low, you'll get hit by the low. If you try to tech and you're standing and they go for the low, or you'll get hit. I don't know if I said, man, I might be high and said that twice. Either way, it's a bad mix-up, so he takes the throw and gets hit. So definitely not something you want to be hit confirming into, or you only want to hit confirm into, not throw out. Except for maybe EX Kingyo, some secret technology I've worked with them that I haven't fully tested the safety on, so cool, mashing them crouch Bs, and there's that accidental HD activation. I honestly don't know what Tokido was trying to do there, but yeah, that really cost him because now he doesn't have HD to punish a big mistake, and then cool, bringing him down to Magic Pixel. Now, even if he did somehow salvage this HD here, he has like no meter, so he wouldn't get anything off of it. He doesn't even have a Neomax for quick damage. So he's trying to live on a prayer, but then, yeah, caught hopping with that neutral hop B. Just like Kua's neutral hop B, or jump B, just like Iori's. Whiffs on crouchers, but it's a really good air-to-air, so that's why you see Kua doing it so much, trying to keep people out of that air. But as you saw in the first round, or the first set, you can blow it up just by crouching. So now Karate, not with much. Trying to keep her out with that invisible fireball and build as much meter as he can. Build them a sliver at a time. Now, right there, he could have DP'd between the race spin and that follow-up. I'm 80% sure, and it probably would have punished, since his DP is so good. And oh man, Kula stand B hit him out of the sweep. Catching him hopping out that corner. Just Kula doing her normal corner pressure, smart tech. was kind of telegraphed because of the full jump. And right back there was the quick tech setup. Please, Gom player. Please, I beg you. There we go. So there's the jump, the tech, and he catches them with the sweep into fireball. A really good like option select, you could almost say. It just controls two fronts. He sweeps with karate's really good sweep, and then on whiff or block, you just cancel into the fireball. So the only way to really punish it is to completely like jump over it, so that you make the fireball whiff and then punish him by jumping in, or like having him whiff it outside of range and then punishing with a super or burst move, or knowing he's going to commit to it and guard rolling the sweep and then punishing. So Kua quick ticks there, and Karate tries to run forward and catch with the command grab, but actually stops short just outside Kua's range, whiffs command grab, leaves himself completely vulnerable. Only gets hit by a stand B, unfortunately for Kingyo. So there he didn't quick tech. Ooh, but the DP gets baited. Now that could have been pretty much a dead Kua almost if Tokido would have punished correctly, but he didn't. So now feeling out. Sets up that anti-air, spins both. I don't know about spinning both meter. I mean, he didn't really have much choice, I guess, unless he wanted to use his other super. He could have used the normal Rambo in this case. Maybe he was trying to kill Kua, but it brings it down to the last pixel, so it's not going to completely kill her. So you can already see he's trying to build more meter by throwing out those invisible palms. Keep her out, discourage approach, and then tack on a little bits of meter, and then finishes out with that jump CD. Certainly that move is Karate and Takuma's best way to approach pretty much against grounded or airborne opponents. Now that could have been a follow-up there from that counter hit jump CD. Leona throwing those earrings and following up, good stuff. So a lot of jump D because it controls a lot of space. Leona, apple juice. Leona's good old-fashioned crouch B and tick throw game. No, that was a weird neutral jump D there that got whiffed. Alright, throw the earring. Now here we go. He actually lands and Tiger knees the super. Follows up from the earring follow up. So Leona's earring trap can be really good if you try to, like as you see there, if you try to go airborne against it, all she has to do is like jump forward behind it and then buffer air super, and if you're in the air or pressing a button or throwing a projectile, doing anything, you will get hit. So there we go. That could have been her super there to possibly kill, but it goes for the basic meter with B&B. And a meaty X Grand Saber. Pretty risky because that's kind of negative. That might have been a cool setup. And there we go. Hop back to beta air to air just like that. And Leona stays just outside of its range and then catches with the invincible super. So you definitely do not want to contest or challenge Leona's reactions when she's sitting on meter. Because if you stick out anything, try to anti-air, do jump, or pretty much if you're doing anything, you will get caught by V-Slasher and it will hurt. Just moving into the next set. There's that run forward close C working this time. Ooh, we got the trade. And then fireball doesn't meaty. Rekka knockdown. Jump CD. No hit confirm. Far D into far D. And there's that Abari Rekka. Ooh. Landed that command grab. Ooh. He tested the safe jump and it was not tight enough. Ooh, but he catches him with the wake up EX command grab. The last second throwing him off. I realized I had the sound off. Ooh, really risky EX projectile there from Iori. It's too slow to pretty much catch Psyche's fireball ever. So Iori's EX projectile pretty much matchup dependent against characters with very laggy fireballs, unless you're really feeling yourself and you throw it out like 100 years Yomi at a time. There we go. Cool. He landed that throw. Wanted to keep Iori kind of pushed back towards that corner. Ooh, Now that was the wrong punish from Tokido. He should have just DP'd there instead of trying to roll. Ooh, guard roll backwards. Must have been looking for something. Yes, cool trying to roll out of the corner, but very unsafe as you can see. Ooh, really cool guard break there, but Tokido not really capitalizing off it correctly. Uh-oh. And then Kua juggles someone for 100 hours as usual. Alright, Kingyo sitting on full stock. He's not going to really burn much now here. Maybe one if he has to do it. No. So he is coming in ready. So now, Kingyo with 4 meter can do about 80%, but he's not going to really do much more than that at best. So Leona's not going to be dying in one touch necessarily. Eerie crap. Ooh. Bad guard now. I'm not sure why you'd want to guard roll against Leona other than just to escape the corner, which might have been the case. Hit confirmed to V-slasher, not the hugest amount of damage, but it's good. Get that knockdown. Uh-oh. What are we gonna get? We're gonna get the max cancel. Ooh. Do not get the Neo Max, and that's gonna hurt. But he does have his meter on him still, so there we go. He burns 1 for EXDP. He's got another just about built. So all it takes is 1 EX Rochinagi or some shenanigan like that to close it out. Alright, well, that's 2 meter for Mr. Karate then. This might be more difficult for Leona now. Oh, she does have 3 meters, so she certainly does have plenty of anti-airs ready for her. Let's see if she can... Ooh. This is gonna kill her. So, no use for all the meter or the HD. So, Tokido takes this game. Hopefully I go back to the right time. Ooh. Shadow stall like 6 viewers watching this. So there we go, that close C run under just like I mentioned. Let me slow it down a bit. Alright, so Tokido has Kingyo cornered now. The definite, pretty much the worst place Psyche can ever be. He does have the option to deal with rushdown, and there's this far D trading with Rekka. And he can look for a jump to DP, and if he does land his heavy DP, he will flip places with the opponent and corner them immediately, but it's pretty much very difficult to react to normal hop, so he's not going to be relying on that much. So there we go, that jump CD air to air, and then Tokido just throwing out the Rekkas to control that hop space, and it's working well for him, especially since Kingyo isn't really punishing his Rekkas on block. So there we go, run forward, crouch B. Now when Iori runs forward like that, he could also buffer his command grab there, so it is kind of scary. Although the normal version is not too good, but he did have meter for the EX now. See, there's the setup there, crouch B, and he was at max range. And since Kingyo stayed blocking just long enough, he waited till the throw invuln was out and landed a normal grab. So the only time you can really land Iori's normal grab is from a quick tech, or when they're really defensive or scared just like that. So he runs forward, gets close to C4 to A, Rekka. And then he goes for the safe jump. And that might be a safe jump against many specials, but Psyche Super is very fast and very tight if you want a safe jump. So he's able to contest it with that super. And now what happens here is that Iori does a wake up command grab, and it's very slow, just like his normal grab. Oh man. Oh, there we go. If the player wants to work. Please work. This is going worse than last time. There we go. I'm sorry about this. I'll have to play around and see if I can't get something better. So please, if you know anything better than Gon Player, tell me, because I can use it. Goes for the same jump, super. And now Eeyore going to be feeling himself and doing the reversal scum gale, and so he's invincible on startup, and since it's so slow, he's able to cause the jump T to whiff. And then Kingyo lands, and he could have rehopped or pressed the button to hit Eeyore because he runs out of emblem before the command grab comes out still, but he doesn't. He gets thrown, and we get the record combo again. Safe jump. Good low block string, forcing him to stay down there, crouch blocking, not stand, and not to get out. Meeting with the fireball, there we go. Carefully hopping over that at the max range, wasting meter for the EX. Just looking for one hit to close it out. And there we go. So while it looks like his projectile does have pretty good projectile recovery in terms of fireball wars and all that, it still has a pretty hefty startup, and a lot of people can hop over it. So it's a very hefty risk at close range, and it's not as unbeatable as it may appear, I guess. There we go, cool, final getting air to air she looks for. And there's the mix up. Instead of going for a usual jump C overhead from the hit reset, landed and through, and caught Tokido off guard. There's that Rekka. I'm not quite sure what Kula has there, but she did try to do far B, which was the best option to punish it on block. There we go. Tokido trying to roll to punish it and getting thrown. It's not the way to do it. See, there's the negative advantage you saw there in her forward A. She didn't get punished, but she was so negative that she got counter hit of her next attack. And then whiffing a breath, meaning getting a full combo. So Kingyo really just looking for jump B as a main anti-air, not looking for a reactionary DP or anything, or even a stand A or Kula's crouch C. Pretty much trying to play the air-to-air game only, or do something silly like that, or go out of the corner. You don't need to option select Eeyore necessarily. You can just confirm a roll in the corner just like that, and then press far C and go into Rekka's, and it pretty much always hits. So here we go. We got stand CD canceled into forward B, canceled into projectile as part of his block string. It looks like he wasn't quite expecting the guard crush just at that point. Then both players feeling themselves out, trying to find a good air approach. There we go, and they keep whiffing. None of them are in range. There we go. Kula finally getting it. And now, right there, I liked how she did jump D into stand B, because she was at just maximum range, where close C would whiff. There we go. Jump D. Now she walks forward like 1 pixel, and then just stand B, and then cancel that immediately. So good stuff, and nice spatial awareness, knowing how to curtail combos and alter things based on spacing. Very important nuance of any character. So Kyo should be able to give Kula a lot of trouble too. Yeah, so there's that jump B getting punished by a throw. It wasn't a true punish because she could detect, and then the cross up leading to death. And if you excuse me for 1 sec, I gotta check on something. So I'll hit you with something, some music to keep you occupied during the downtime. Sorry, this is coming off really poverty today. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So there should be no more holdups now. Let's get right back here. So Kula just got murked. Good shit. So each person's open move. Kyo backdashing. Oh, hello, not great. So Kyo starting with backdash J2C to backdash full screen, and that's pretty much unpunishable by everybody. And Leona starting with a neutral jump JCD in case Kyo had hopped forward. It's both taking pretty conservative opening moves. And now, after the initial movement, let's see, Tokido running in. And then Leona recognizes that she's full screen and can pretty much safely toss out the earring. She tosses it, and look at the recovery on that earring. She's already following up with her moon slash. So boom, you gotta hop that earlier. React to the earring startup. Once she's pretty much already tossed it, you're almost too late to do anything. So guard rolling the crouch B is a really iffy idea there from Kyo. Not sure why you'd want to do that other than just escape. Whiffing the far seed, hopping back. A lot of whiff normals and missed spacings. So they're both trying to get a good approach. And here's a good approach. Leona lands her jump D and actually hits here instead of just letting her get a block string. Nice hit confirm into V slasher. It doesn't do too much damage, but hey. And there's that meaty Excalibur. I believe maybe if she makes it meaty, she can combo off of it. Either way, good air to air, and then goes for a rehop, and for some reason Tokido decides to roll back and gets punished. And there was that trap again, but Kyo was a little further in the air already, so he was able to actually jump in on Leona, and he turned it into an HD combo. Now he's going to drop it at the end. I believe he wanted to do run grab there into Neomax. So Leona could have severely punished the recover there of him just running forward, whiffing his special, and Tokido missed, taking off about 30% extra of her life. Run forward, apple juice, good stuff. There's that EXTP. Nice reaction from Tokido. Ooh, run forward, far D, catching Leona out of a backdash or something. Desperate stand CD poke. Ooh. Feeling out with fireballs and the par D, so Tokido just trying to poke her to death. So I think Kingyo's only big mistake here in this match was testing Tokido's reaction with 2-meter karate. 2-meter karate means he can pretty much EX Rambo anything that he's looking out for. Yo, Fige, what's up, baby? Here we go. So the trap here is that Tokido is throwing out the palms, and so Leona tries to hyper hop over it expecting another one, because you can't do anything really on reaction to it unless you got like a EXDM yourself. So Kingyo trying to hop forward and hopefully fly over one or approach, but unfortunately Tokido is waiting just for this with the EX Rambo, and that's why it's called a trap. Yeah, Tokido loves the EX Reaction Rambo. I think every Mr. Karate player loves Reaction Rambo. Not the normal version, it's gotta be the EX one, despite the normal one working too if you hit the C. You use the C version, though it is a little slower. Okay, so we're gonna get a character mix-up. So we got Elizabeth now. Looks like Elizabeth, Kua, Leona. Ooh, whiffed early jump CD. Nice punish. Ooh, wacky roll. Alright. What's that throw setup? No hit reset. There we go. Leona just, Elizabeth just thrown out that EXTP. Really good move just to toss out, although it is unsafe on block. And now he messes up that. There we go. He gets the block string that time, missing that little Entincel, whatever the fuck. I don't speak French. And there's that jump CD. He's doing it too early and whiffing it. You gotta know your frames, or your timing rather. You don't need no frame shit. EXTP only getting like half the hits just because of spacing. And there we go. And there's that early jump CD working. So it seems like Kingyo needs to work his JCD timing, or would be a little, at least be a little more cautious and start to jump in a little later. Ooh. And this is gonna be death. Hey. Alright. So what's cool? We're gonna try to. There we go. Jump CD, reaction DP from Kyo. Good stuff, although it does trade. A million overheads from Kua. Now that last jump CD was pretty risky, not being a full hop, because that could have been punished on hit, possibly. Spacing out with breath. Nice reaction DP. Kyo pretty much playing the fireball game here, being really careful. Catch him on that throw. Nice close C anti-air. Cool, tick throw setup, pretty basic. She hits you with a million lows until she doesn't, and then she goes higher throw. Dead. So let's see, karate 3 meter in HD, enough to do whatever he needs. If he does do his jump CD, there we go, you see more jump D from Tokido. He's looking for that HD again from now, and that's why he's not using jump CD quite as much, although he's not afraid to use it. If he does hit with jump CD, all the best he'll get is a follow-up Rambo, so he knows that. There we go. And then he drops the spaghetti, good stuff. Now we got the cross. Okay, rolling out of the cross up. Pretty much just trying to time out that HD mode, not to get hit by Neomax. Shouldn't be whiffing anything because that Neomax is very fast. There we go. So Takuma just building meter now. Takuma and Karate the same person. Whatever. And there's that reaction EX Rambo from Tokido. And that's a dead Kua. It's okay though because he's still got Leona. And Kua did still bait out the HD mode, which is a huge advantage for Leona, assuming she can manage to hit hers. There we go. There's the trap. Stand CD is a block string in it. Good stuff. Ooh, nice quick. That was a really dirty throw setup. Pretty much only saving it for the quick text. Otherwise, it's very risky and slow and kind of telegraphed. Ooh. Takuma just getting in there with that low hop arc. Alright, he's respecting the trap now. Until he EX Rambos. Oh man. Todomija. So that's one way to deal with Leona's earring. You just have meter for an events move and you just crank that shit out there. So let's go back to the beginning of the Elizabeth match. So Karate very good at building meter, but wait, this is round 2. Alright. Please work. Thank you, Gon player. Alright, Yori's starting the fireball, and Elizabeth was starting her 19 cell, or whatever the fuck. I need a cool name for it, her little bitch whip, which would have nullified the projectile, but it didn't come out quite fast enough, and you saw her get counter hit out of this startup. And hello, all of you stream monsters. Looks like we're getting more in here now. And remember, if you have any questions, you can try to hit me up, and I will put them in the follow-up session. If you, I'm going to talk about Shin and Karate, because that was requested last week, but otherwise I'm open. Just got 2 more matches. So there we go. You're getting the fireball, and trying to approach. See, he messed up this hop here. I need something that lets me rewind faster when I overshoot what I'm talking about, which happens every second. There we go. So nice jump CD trip guard punish. Ooh, rolling out, getting hit by the random DP. because it's semi-safe. It's that jump CD again into the throw. And there's their little whip having so many active frames that it anti-airs, and now she could follow up from this with her jab DP into a hit reset or just go for the hit reset, but her Kingyo jabs outside of range, so it doesn't get anything. And great, how could you send questions just in the chat, or if you got some in the future, send them to like QuickMax VIP on Twitter, like it says in the stream. So if you got something, post it in the chat and I'll try to remember it. So there we go, crouch B, crouch A pressure. Unfortunately, her whip does not combo from crouch B, crouch A. There's the EX version, just kind of as a Hail Mary, and it hits, and she gets like 25% into that into a hit reset. Ooh, there's that jump CD catching. So you can see why she's doing it really early, because they can anti-air like that. But if it does come out too early and they crouch, you can get blown up just like she was this round. You are somehow managing to find America's timing to punish the whip on whiff with the projectile nonetheless, and that's pretty much just happened. So there's that early jump CD blowing him up, getting exposed. And he misses the punish. I believe Farsi into Rekkas would work. If not, you're playing Iori, baby. Just crank out Rekkas. That punishes like everything. So EX Iori's DP, EX DP doesn't always, it pretty much never hits all 7 times when you anti-air someone with it, just because how he does like a little Shoryu Repa, so usually you get like 3 to 4 hits, so you don't get the full damage. Ooh, there's that unsafe Rekka, and he tried something after it. You certainly don't want to press a button after having them block a Rekka, because if they don't punish you, they're probably going to press a button, and then if you try something, you will hit. So Tokido still has some pretty bad Rekka tendencies. And Great's another wanting to know about how to fight Vice, so I'll do her too. Or how to fight Vice, rather, or how to play her. It sounds like Vice is annoying, so how to fight her is what I'll focus on first next. In any case, so Kyo gonna try to approach, and his jump D approach got stuffed by that jump CD, so better spacing on Kingyo's part. And he waits to bait a reversal and then throws. Good safe stuff. And he tries it again, and this time he techs. And now after the tech is a pretty important time, because both players aren't really expecting it too much, and it happens really quick. So you can see that Kyo did a far D to try to poke, pretty much as a get me off or get off me poke in case she hopped or tried anything fancy after that. But she does her stand B, which was faster because it's a light attack, obviously. So boom. So Kyo's stuck in that corner. Ooh, just throwing out that DP, fishing for something. There we go. Nice hit confirming the up kicks, and boom, boom. Finishing it with the 1 hour long juggle meterless combo Kyo has. Go. Alright, Kua trying to find that good approach to start her offense. She doesn't really have any long-range tools aside of her breath, and the breath doesn't get you in either. And Kyo kind of controls the spacing game from further range because he does have the fireball. So there's the breath, this kind of preventive meter building thing that could have nullified a projectile. There we go. She jumps CDs, but it looked like that might. I would hope that would be the jab DP that Kyo did. Because that one would trade. If it was the heavy one, then it probably shouldn't have traded, but unless just a weird hitbox thing made it happen. So there we go, approaching with hop B, catching Kyo out of the air, and then get the rehop. Now that was kind of unsafe race spin, but he did it. Tokido's never punished him once. And he goes for the high, one time too many, and that was like a full neutral jump anyway, which is pretty iffy. Looking for a DP or something, or a close C to bait, I guess. Nice blocking the cross-up follow-up off the hard knockdown throw. I like how Kyo walks back before doing a crouch B. That's some like crazy footsie shit there, knowing he was gonna block it and not going to hit confirm directly. So Cool trying to approach, and that was a really risky jump B. She just whiffed right there, right in front of Kyo's face. But then Kyo hops back with jump D to try to air, just as Kua did moving forward, and then he gets caught by the low, but she didn't really. She would have had to cancel that one crouch B into an EX race spin, so no confirm. Although she did get the frame advantage, and she hops forward with hop B, and Kyo respects the threat of the high jump C, and stands blocks it. CD counters to get out of the corner. There we go. Baiting the jump, or reacting to a hop with the EXDP, so tight reactions. EX version just for extra speed and always get the full damage. There we go. Kua throwing. And so Kua jumps back fully into the corner there against Kyo. And now most likely the reason you did that was to bait a DP, because most DPs in the game will whiff in the corner, like when they fully jump at you like that. Let's see, do the throw, crouch B, crouch B, crouch B. I might have missed it. But as you saw, Tokido did a close C anti-air, which is very good. Yeah. It was a nice close C reaction. In that instance, Kyo and Iori and a few other characters do have good vertical close Cs that escape that situation. So if they do try to bait the DP, you can just be like, oh, you're dumb, you just jumped into the corner, and then you just press C and you anti-air him. Alright, so Kua about to get hit by a reaction, Rambo some point and die. Jump CD approach, but then a lot of back hops or backdash from Tokido just to escape situations. He's not afraid to take the damage, especially since all he needs is one clean hit to pretty much kill Kua with HD like he does get in a second, but he does mess it up. So finally some jump D with Kua instead of jump B to approach, because jump D actually does hit down, just like Iori's jump D. But then he did it so early that, and then messed up his follow-up, so Tokido is actually able to hit him when landing. Jump CD approach. Now he's not really afraid to not use just jump B or jump D to fish for the counter hit. Just take the damage what he can. That was a really clutch jab DP there from Kua. And here we go. That should have been a death. Anything, even just like supering that into Neomax would have ended it. Anything, but no, he drops it. So once Karate drops HD, he doesn't really have any good gimmicks for re-landing it, other than landing a cross-up or just doing general pressure. He doesn't really have command grab any Neomax, no really dirty setups, no extended block string gimmicks. So yeah. So the best situation he had here was from the throw knockdown going for the cross-up, and he messes up the cross-up. I think that might have been, he ran it forward too far, but either way, Kua rolling out because she does not want to get hit by that. And Karate not ready to crank out EX Rambo on reaction to the roll. And there we go. And now since he ran out of HT mode, he can build meter, so he's going to sneak up to about 4 meter in a sec. Just backdashing, getting space. So now he did corner himself, but he's pretty much just fishing for something good to react to. There we go, he got it. So that was pretty much what he was looking for the whole time. Build meter and then look for something to finish the round from, because it's a pretty consistent closer as long as you react decently, and that's what he does. Alright, so we are going to be throwing that earring trap in a sec. There we go. There it is. And the anti-air into a re-hop. Now, I believe if Tokido really wanted to, he probably could have just jab DP'd that right there, because his jab DP is I believe 3-frame anti-air, fully invuln, so there's no really threat of it losing. So if he would have reacted mid on point, he would have been DPing that. Tokido really hasn't been abusing Karate's jab DP much, despite it being pretty much one of the best DPs in the game. Like if you imagine old Rio's usual DP in KOF, pretty much the same thing, but not as gay and safe on block. But in terms of anti-airing everything, it pretty much does everything. So a lot of Karate players love to rely on that and use that as like a easy anti-air he has, meterless version, and but not so much from Tokido. He likes the Rambo only on reaction. Otherwise, he sticks with a lot of jump CDs and stuff. And there's that jump CD, and he runs forward. And saw the quick tech. He ran forward, stop, did the command grab, ran forward again with it, and he gets the damage. Now it's only about 10%, and he can't drive cancel or anything, so don't think the world ends if you get hit by it. Where if Takuma hits you with it, you're dead. Throwing the earring, running forward. Going for, tried an air-to-air, but got hit by jump CD. A better follow-up would have been run forward sweep, or run forward moon slash, because you can run forward and hold down forward to get a forward run, and then you're charging down for your charger move. CD counter to get some breathing room. Ooh, there's that jump CD, just a wall. It's a bitch to deal with. Jump D. If that jump CD there, it would have been a jump D. That could have been a combo. So there is a downside of always using jump CD. It's hard to transfer much from it without just confirming the counter hit. And real quick, Region saying, does Cool Reflect work on Karate's fireballs? I don't know. I'll test that out, I guess. A sec. Earring. There we go. And then the run forward reaction of Rambo. I like that. Let's go back real quick for this, just to show how he ran forward into spacing. Because if he would have tried it from anywhere full screen, it might not have worked. And Goblin player is broken. Good shit. Yeah, you might not be able to reflect it, because I know generally you can reflect even DM projectiles and most projectiles, but there are exceptions. Like Joe's a hurricane upper or a screw upper can't be reflected. Or deflected, so little odd nuances like that, and Karate's might be one of those. I jumped back way too far. So real quick, if Goblin player wants to load, please. I know you have to uncode the video. There we go. I missed it, but he ran forward just a bit before doing a Rambo. Otherwise, from full screen, he would have probably done it and then just bonked into the earring and lost. I'm not quite sure if she can reflect Orochimaru, but I'm not sure how high you'd have to be to even try that, and how practical it is. Because you pretty much have to do the reflector before the super. So I'm not aware of it, but assuming it's projectile, you probably can reflect it. So this should be the final game on the video. Elizabeth opening with the little whip, of course. So why not? If you're full screen, that's our best option. Just throw it out. There we go. Elizabeth gets the first approach. Ooh, good option select there with Tokido back C, getting the throw in case there was a low. Ooh, jump out of the corner into that taco. Ooh, he went for the command grab there and got interrupted from crouch C. So there you go. If you're really worried about the normal version, just press a button. It's only the EX you should be respecting. Close C forward A is a safe block string from Iori, but he's just slightly negative and gets pushed back, so it's pretty much resetting the situation to neutral. But it is 100% safe from guard rolls and all that. Ooh. Throwing out the run grab maybe just to bait something or to build meter. Elizabeth being very cautious. Ooh. There we go. Nice reaction. Ooh. He did the counter there, looking for a DP or something. Feeling really fancy. But I like how I did not use the super there, because the super wouldn't have killed, saving that meter. So maybe Cool will be able to use it better. Ooh, run forward C, it's so good. Oh no, that's why you gotta block low. There we go. Keeping it simple, that's still about 70%, and that's about pretty much what you always get for 2 meter with EXERI. Just take it as it is. It gets the hard knockdown for that safe jump. Ooh. Akula is really bleeding and sitting on full meter. Ooh. See, Leona's gonna have to work some miracles here. She does have full meter, so she'd be able to take out a Iori pretty easily. Earring trading with anti-air, alright. Now Leona's, there we go. One more hit is all it needs. Now Leona can afford to still lose about 10% more life, and then she'll still heal it back. Alright, there you go. So now she's going to come back and heal off that one hit she took. So she's definitely in a position to maybe kill off Kingyo from a good punish or something. Plenty of meter to sit on, plenty of space to work with. But then if she makes it through Kingyo, Karate's going to be sitting on a few EX Rambus, as long as Kingyo doesn't burn too much. And that's where the trouble starts. Oh, she only healed off about half of it, actually. I was wrong. Up kicks. Are we going to get the corner carry? Yep. Now he didn't go for the hop because he knew it's not a safe jump from that follow-up. There's that EX Moon Slash. We're going to barely be able to block in time from that Wish Fardy. There we go. V Slash. Really good close C there from Tokido. Uh-oh. Here comes the... Okay, good. He goes for the more safe jump setup, and it just went for a crouch block, just in case he did bait the reversal. Good close C. Close C just so good because it anti-airs. Oh! Tech into tech. Alright, so that tech was pretty, like an old 98 thing that happened. Yeah, so we'll go over that real quick. And the beginning matches. And then after that, I promise we'll go to the live session where it's me dicking around, trying to answer stuff for you guys. It certainly goes over more smoothly than this, because no GOM player. Okay. So Elizabeth getting in. Now she can commit to her DP move like that, and while it is negative, only the EX1 is overtly punishable by most characters. Someone in the chat says, cool is a little whore. I agree. Rolling back, trying to... a risky way to reset the situation. Rolling back twice, too, just seems pretty sloppy, but it worked. And Tokido certainly wasn't looking. And then he empty hops into the DP to catch a re-hop, which he did, but no hit reset. Nullify the projectile. There we go. Projectiles don't mean shit to Elizabeth. Close C forward B. There we go. Into dash, into fireball. Now, I know that can be a tight block string, but maybe just from the delayed timing or whatever, it catches Iori jumping out. Either way, good stuff from Elizabeth. And now Elizabeth right here tried to do a close C anti-air against the taco, but unfortunately she is not Kingyo or Iori or Yuri, so that does not cut it in most cases. So she gets hit by the taco, eats a 6 taco combo. Yo, shit. And there's that command grab, if you saw right there, the startup. You could barely see it, and then Elizabeth did a crouch C and smacked him out of it. Kind of a panic crouch C in case he re-hopped or did something fancy. And he did do something fancy, so it worked. Jump CD into the re-jump CD. And unfortunately it didn't combo. Oop. And then GOM player broke on me. Good shit. Alright, let's go back. Or continue with it. So Kingyo really doing a lot of jump CDs. Ooh, really risky back roll right there. Now, Iori could have possibly reacted and just thrown something out that would naturally hit it, so... Rolling backwards is much riskier than, say, rolling back, but your hitbox is, well, non-existent at the beginning of a roll, so it can get you out of more situations. Although, if anyone is really looking for it and they got the Kino Eye, they'll catch you on it and really hurt you much more than if you got hit out of your backdash and just taking the hit reset. There we go. Iori approaching with jump D, hitting, close C4 A, hit confirm, into Rekas. There we go, just poking her, keeping her trapped in the corner with his fast pokes. For frame advantage, he's using crouch A there. Backdashing full screen. No need to do anything too risky. Doesn't want to get hit and take huge damage. Get caught by the EXDP or anything. Whiff in the Rekka. Tech the throw. And there's that EXDP he was looking out for. Caught on the neutral hop. Into the follow-up. A. And now if he would do the super right here, instead of the counter possibly the build meter, or debate a Twitch reaction, or maybe it's a cool setup he has, the super would have still left him with about like 8% life, so Does not do it. And now he probably could have been punished there, so that was a pretty iffy setup. Maybe he was trying the super and he messed it. But Hiyori not able to punish, especially not with crouch C because it's so slow. Nice throw attempts from Elizabeth, but unfortunately gets teched. And then right after the tech, Hiyori sticks out a far D on reaction or whatever. Or just a panic, get off me move, and it does hit Elizabeth. You gotta be ready after those throw techs because that's when things get wild. Well, there we go. For jump B and jump D, the matchup. Featuring whoever gets locked down first loses. There we go. Doing the easy one. Easiest little loop. And ending it with command grab. And then he just does far C into Maiden Masher. To add on about 20% with the follow-up. And this follow-up gives him a hard knockdown so he can do a safe jump. So it looks like he whiffed a jab and then super jump JCD to get his timing down. Like, absolutely. Ooh, Kula barely hopped that fireball, and they both traded from that run forward attack. The breath. So here's an early jump CD, and caught on reaction by EXDP. So a nice try to approach from Kula, but Tokido was looking out from the air approach and reacted and killed her. And Leona sitting on a mountain. Or after reverse OCV thinks, yeah, I don't know, I'm high. Nice earring. She could possibly convert from that, but he'd have to do something really wild. There we go. Nice bait there. Just hop back and look for something stupid. There was a Rekka. Hey, just do it. Kichigai victory, baby. Leona's charge man can. Now, bad Rekka punish. Tried to far C. That's not the way to go. I don't know if she can punish without having a charge, which would be an issue. Maybe far A. But either way, still managed to close it out. Final round. Nice fireball poke from Kyo. And there is the earring. And now, here we go. Kyo picks the pretty much best range to approach. See, he jumped in from so far that he was, and then especially since Leona didn't move forward and just was down backing, he was able to safely hop over the earring and land just outside perfectly of Moonslasher's range without taking the hit. So that was really good stuff. And if he's a little more on point, please, Tokido, sweep, do something, please, I beg you. Oh! Well, he's able to re-hop, steal that next incoming mix-up. After whiffing that Moonslasher, she was definitely not charging again for another one. So he was able to abuse that fact, and even though she probably could have maybe charged another one, you know, they weren't looking for it. So while he didn't get the punish, he at least does steal the advantage. And I like that frame trap, crouch A, crouch C, some real Street Fighter-y or just pop or old 2D frame traps. Leona looking for something, hopping around, just looking for anything, air to air, anything V-slasher. And then we get EX up kicks for that corner carry. And now you see sometimes Tokido does hop, goes for like a meaty, but it's not a safe jump. Like I said, he would have got EX V-slashed on reaction for, or not V-slash, Moon Slash for free. So you're keeping it safe. Run forward, close C, able to hit Leona before she can react to anything. And there's that reversal. That's one of the best ones in the game. Thankfully it cost meter for her. And there we go. So even from that range, and with J2C, which is one of the deepest and earliest hitting jump-ins in the game, Leon was still able to block in time. So he goes into the fireball block string to keep it safe, hops back, tries to run forward and gets something. Nice far D frame trap in there, catching, but then he gets caught on the re-hop from that far C. And there was a really neat stand CD into Grand Saber, I guess to gain more ground, so it looks like a car one, but basically it looked really neat there because he whiffed stand CD and then ran forward and slashed him. And that hit confirms, crouch B, stand B, forward B, B slash, yeah, still no damage though. It's like 30%, not that special for a B and B, especially for 1 meter. and caught by the throw, went into block low. Leona trying to jump back, jump CD, look for anything. Oh, tried to run under, do something fancy, but hit by Kyo's giant shoulder tackle JCD. We got basic run pressure. Nice read there, just crouching or mashing crouch B through the pattern to hit him. And there we go, mess up the throw. So let's just go over this real quick. She dies right after this. So I forget the exact order of things, but I believe the teching opponent. Okay, when he tried to throw in this game, let me go to the first one. Oh damn, I missed it. So basically the teching player will be pushed back on whenever you tech a throw, while the throwing player doesn't. So let me get to the setup again. I'll test it exactly to figure it out. I'm pretty sure it's the dude going for the throw gets pushed back usually on the tech. And because of that, sometimes say you're in the corner and you try to throw the opponent, if they tech, that means they'll get pushed out of the corner. But if they try to throw you in the corner, there'll be like no pushback like you see here. So crouch B, crouch B, crouch B, incoming throw, close C, anti-air, good stuff. Crouch B, crouch A. Okay, so Leona goes for the throw here. So techs. Okay, so yeah, as you see here, the teching player gets pushed back. So holy shit. I need to watch this in like super slow-mo. Please go forward. I beg you, Gon player. Leona throws, end result. Okay, so the throwing play, the one who initiates the throw is usually the one who goes back. The person who techs doesn't. And since Kyo is the techer in this case, he stays right there at point blank in throw range after teching the throw. And usually when this happens, you know, you can try to throw again. And so in this case, Kyo does try to throw first, you see, and then Leona techs, and that means Kyo gets pushed back because his throw was teched, and now it's out of the corner. So if that situation happened where Leona tried to throw and then got teched, and then they're point blank and Leona tried to throw again, you can kind of get like a throw tech loop where both players keep on throwing, and if the cornered player keeps throwing first, then you're going to stay in that corner until someone finally escapes the little like throw loop. And then Leona gets close seed and hit with the overhead trying to do a crouch C. Trades crouch C with J2C.